Have you ever pondered why many individuals, following their first intimate experience, seem to develop an insatiable appetite for it? The answer, as it turns out, isn't as simple as one might think. Research shows that a variety of biological, psychological, and social factors contribute to this phenomenon. Let's dive in, shall we? On the biological front, there's a little something called dopamine. It's a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger in the brain. When we engage in pleasurable activities, dopamine is released. It's what gives us that wonderful feeling of reward. And guess what? Sex is one of the most potent triggers of dopamine release. So, after that first intimate encounter, the brain is flooded with dopamine, creating a strong association between sex and pleasure. But that's not all. Oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, is another key player. It's released during intimate moments and fosters feelings of closeness and bonding. This may explain why the desire for sex often intensifies after the first experience, as it becomes associated not only with physical pleasure, but also with emotional intimacy. Psychologically, the first sexual encounter often represents a significant milestone, a rite of passage of sorts. It's a transition from innocence to adulthood, from ignorance to knowledge. The intrigue and novelty associated with this transition can be quite intoxicating, leading to an increased desire for sex. On the social front, the influence of media and peer pressure cannot be underestimated. Many young adults, after their first sexual encounter, feel a newfound sense of belonging, a feeling of being part of the in crowd. The desire to maintain this status can lead to an increased interest in sex. However, it's important to clarify that an increased interest in sex following the first encounter doesn't necessarily equate to sex addiction. According to the American Psychological Association, sex addiction or hypersexual disorder is characterized by a persistent and escalating pattern of sexual thoughts, feelings, or behaviors that interfere with daily life. Therefore, it's crucial not to conflate normal sexual curiosity and exploration with pathological behavior. In conclusion, the increased desire for sex after the first intimate encounter can be attributed to a combination of biological triggers, psychological factors, and social influences. However, it's important to distinguish between normal sexual curiosity and pathological addiction. Remember, healthy sexuality is about mutual consent, respect, and enjoyment. It's not about obsession or compulsion. So stay informed, stay safe, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.